thing. I need to know whether I'm turning this on. So watch me.
Okay, and press it again. And now it's on. And now,
feels good.
yes, and White Kate. So 1, 2, 3, action.
I did that wrong.
Do it again if you like.
Well, let me do the clicking because you're filming me. Okay.
I'm sorry.
1, 2, 3, action.
That worked perfectly.
Okay.
That was great. Okay. What do you think of this space then?
I don't know. Why did they put rocks there?
I don't know.
There's already a barrier.
So it's a barriered barrier.
Mm.
They really don't want you to get into there. Is there a reason why they really don't want you to get into there?
I don't know. This, like,
can I,
how is it dangerous?
Could be dangerous. Is that land, well, it can't be toxic. Could be toxic, isn't toxic.
How could it be? Is the baggage handling building?
It was the baggage handling building.
Mm.
It was where all the ladies of the night took their clientele, so maybe that's quite toxic.
Yeah.
We're going to edit that bit out, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't say that.
No.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
And it's, what does it mean to look at the city through a parked car? So we've got a screen and all that sort of stuff. What does that, in terms of
I spent
space?
so much of my child youth doing that from
Yeah.
car parks.
Yeah.
So my dad would take me out on business trips when I wasn't at school, and he'd just do it because he needed the company.
Yeah.
But really, it was the most boring thing. But I kind of got used to it, you know.
But it's not boring, is it? If you think, I know I keep coming back to Brink Jackson, but actually what he says about the car parks and what he says about vernacular spaces like that are actually, they're the least boring places. They're the places that have been designed with you in mind.
Yeah, but I look at them now and I'm not bored with them.
No, I know. But
then
you
I
were.
must have had to get used to them, mustn't I? Car parks though, when he used to take me, it would be to, not this is an exciting car park in comparison to the car parks I used to end up sitting in. It was mostly sort of industrial estate car parks, which are different.
Yeah.
But the buildings were kind of great, you know. And of course, car parks that were on multi-stories wasn't left in cars too much there. But I do remember when we went to Dusseldorf, I had to wait for him for some reason in the car park. He's just like my dad. Trips with my dad ended up quite a lot of waiting, just sitting and waiting for about an hour and a half or so, and then in a car park and me just kind of like looking at all the people if they happen to come by, or if nobody came by, just what do you look at?
You look
because
at
I'm
the
not
car park.
interested in cars, so if I was a kid that was interested in cars, that would be great, so I wasn't. So I actually end up sort of, focusing on the buildings, really.
Yeah.
Which is what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Well, this is a pretty good vista from a car. It's really incredible. If you were to do a panoramic of this car park, it's actually pretty neat because you got all those little. So you have the rocks, and then you have the barriers, and then you have flatlands, and then barriers.
Okay, so we
kick in.
we talked a little bit about heterotopias. This is a marginalised space, isn't it?
Totally.
This is a real and unreal space.
Well, if you're talking about this as the red light district, then it's certainly
Which it is.
the heterotopia.
Yeah.
It's still a